Good evening. We're back. Live broadcast number two. Good to have you aboard here on Thursday, November 21st, 2024. And guess what? World War III has begun. That's right. World War III has begun. So the other day we talked about how Biden gave Ukraine the permission to use these long range missiles to hit into Russia. Russia then retaliated using an intercontinental ballistic missile, an ICBM. And some people are saying that this is now a world war. The Chinese are, of course, helping out Russia. North Korea has soldiers fighting for Russia. Iran is giving drone technology to Russia. We're helping out Ukraine. World War III has begun. But it's not because of what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. It's the fact that I'm back here doing regular broadcasts. 3 in a week now. World War III has begun. This is a sign here, folks. Me being back on the YouTube, sound like I'm 90 years old, and doing a podcast. Okay? So, yeah, World War III has definitely begun, folks. It's a matter of time now. Before an ICBM lands right in Ramsey, New Jersey, to shut me off the air. All right, so listen, just another tune-up here, just a little, uh, pregame warm-up here, just to see how all these features are working. And also, Chuck Scarborough, 50 years on New York TV, WNBC, retiring. He's going to announce it tonight. So it's now 5:25 p.m. He's going to announce it on the 6 o'clock news. Chuck Scarborough retiring at the age of 81. His last broadcast will be December the 12th. I'll ask the question, why are they pushing out Chuck Scarborough after 50 years? He's a legend. People love him. People hated Sue Simmons, but people love Chuck Scarborough. NBC execs pushing him out. Pushing him out. It's like elder abuse. Come on. Chuck Scarborough should be on. He should have a contract like Don Pardo had. Don Pardo was the voice of SNL. He had a lifetime contract. Signed it after he came back from fighting in World War II. And he was the voice of SNL right up until pretty much he died. Chuck Scarborough should have had the same clause in his contract. So NBC is not having a good week here. Comcast, MSNBC. More cuts coming. Joe Scarborough went to go see Trump, and probably because his show's going to be on the line, Morning Joe. And now Chuck Scarborough's out. Not a good week for Scarboroughs. Joe and Chuck. Joe the Weasel for kissing Trump's fanny. And Chuck basically getting pushed over the edge of 30 Rock. Will he at least be there for the Christmas tree lighting? Can we have Chuck at the Christmas tree? Please. Will you please keep him around for the Christmas tree lighting? Please. All right. This is just a little fun little reaction to what's going on here today. We'll be back. Podcast coming Sunday. Documenting 46, the final days. Did Biden start World War III? Probably not. As the news of Russia sending this ICBM into Ukraine is breaking, it also says, peace talks will be in negotiations starting when Trump comes in. So this is the end of the war. It's like an escalation. It's like that final peak before you go down the last valley of the roller coaster, the last, dip. They're going up, they're amping it up, and then it's going to crash down into the end of the war. By the way, I'm not a conspiracy-minded person, but here's my idea for the day here. I think, now hear me out here. Hear me out. I think this could be orchestrated by Putin to make Trump look stronger. Okay. So hear me out here. So Biden sends in these missiles, okay, and then it's predictable Russia's going to respond and oh, we're going to bomb you, we're going to bomb New York, it's going to be a mushroom cloud, blah blah blah. Okay. Now Putin wanted Trump to win, okay? And Trump's not in office until, for another 60 days or so. So by escalating the tension, by making Biden the villain, the bad guy, there's always a bad guy, right? There's always a villain. And by making the situation even more tense. Now remember, Putin wants Trump in there and he knows he's coming, going to be sworn in 2 months. That will make Trump look like God, right? He'll look awesome coming in here. Oh, he's going to negotiate peace, and Putin knows this. They know the end of the war is coming. So by ratcheting it up, it'll make Trump look even more masterful. It's all an illusion. Remember that. So by making it really tense, oh, we're on the cusp of World War III. All this World War III talk's coming out of Russia, by the way. Okay. But by rising the tension higher and higher, and then it's all going to be deflated. It's going to be deflated. Trump's going to end it, negotiate a peace. We know it's coming. He's already indicated that. And Putin is aware of this, obviously. It'll just make Trump look that much more powerful. It could all be orchestrated. These are the strings being played here, folks. Master of Puppets, right? Metallica. All right. I wish I had some Metallica music to go to as I leave this little segment here, but we're working on the music. All right. I'm going to stop talking about the behind the scenes stuff. I find it fascinating just because, I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to this stuff. But hopefully we'll have some music here soon. Hopefully we'll have some intro music, maybe some Weezer, maybe some Nirvana, some grunge music. How about Sponge? Maybe some Sponge. How about that? Smashing Pumpkins. They have a new album coming out. Maybe some Trickster. Maybe some Mark Scott. Oh, wait. I reached out to Mark Scott. We'll have an update on that. My old friend, Mark Scott, drummer from the band Trickster. So we love Trickster. There's a little, speaking of tension, there's a little tension going on with the Trickster bandmates here. And I'll ask Mark about that. I'm going to email him. I meant to reach out to Mark. He's out in Arizona, and you never know. He might even pop on here. I'm going to invite him on the show, and we'll see if he wants to come on. All right. If not, I'll analyze the Trickster saga on a future episode as well here. I'm sure you're all looking forward to that. All right, folks. I'm going to actually just mess around. I'm going to leave the screen on here, but I have to figure out how to email someone to invite them onto a live broadcast because I am getting requests, not from Mark, but from other people that I work with that actually want to do this, and they're very fascinated on how to do a broadcast. I guess, if you're into this stuff, which a lot of younger people are, it's cool. But people my generation, older, they're like, oh, is it hard? It's not that difficult, but I just want to actually see how I'm going to mess around here. So the show is essentially over. I'm just going to let it run for a minute or two here. And then I'm going to end it officially, and we'll be back maybe over the weekend. Maybe, the podcast will be out on Sunday. But I just want to see if I can invite some people into this here. And I guess it's a little bit, I'm going to have to figure this out. I'm going to have to figure it out. All right. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to actually go ahead and I can share the screen here. Share screen. Feedback. Yeah.